Hey guys, what's going on? This is Cavion Sabio, and this is my first film photography video. I hope you guys are having a good day, welcome to the channel, welcome to the video. I decided to take this first video to talk to you guys about the reason why I got into film photography in the first place, right? And it kind of just happened, but it's a nice little story. I was out in Bushwick, Brooklyn, right? This was in late 2019, like just before October, end of September. I was in Bushwick, Brooklyn to go see a friend. We were paying respects because, his mother had just passed. I was just there to show support. But because I was there early, I was walking around the neighborhood right by the L train. If any of you live in Brooklyn, you know the area I'm talking about, right off Bedford. I walked to the Whole Foods and stuff, grabbed something to munch on. Was walking back, and on the way, walking, trying to figure out where I was going, I just passed by this little street fair, or not even a street fair, street sale, that's what it's called. So when I passed it by, I'm looking at all this, vintage stuff, and I'm a guy that vintage is like one of my favorite words, like legitimately top 5, probably top 3. This guy's, selling a lot of vintage stuff, he's got old camcorders, I think he was selling a few old school desks or chairs or something like that, some shelves. And then he had against the wall, he had a shelf, 2-3 shelves of all these vintage old cameras. I'm looking at it and I'm automatically enamored. I'm like, whoa. He's like, all of them work, or no, he said most of them work. And I'm like, whoa, these are awesome. I saw a whole bunch of ones. I'm sure I saw a Canon. I know I saw a Canon, probably an AE1. I also saw a Nikon, I believe. But the one that got my attention was one that just didn't really have any name brand on it or anything like that. So yeah, let me show you that. Well, not that camera, but I'll show you the type of camera I'm talking about. This is, there's no name brand on it, usually it would be right here. But this is a Ricoh KS Super. Now the one I had was a KR Super 2. Same brand, same line, really not much difference. This was the first one I had, and as soon as I got it and I was testing and I asked the guy, does it work, everything like that. He's like, I don't have to worry about anything. Batteries are pretty fresh. It also came with this zoom lens, right? I know that says Olympus on there, but that's just the cover that someone at B&H gave me because I didn't have one and I needed one, and this one fit. Goes to 70, I think. Yeah, so this is the first official setup I had. This is how my first camera looked, and I was obsessed automatically. I also kind of spent some time looking up on YouTube just how things worked. It was only $60, for the camera and the lens. It was $60. I was like, yes, this is good, At the time, I really didn't have that much money. I really couldn't afford to be getting anything that wasn't a bare necessity, as the Jungle Book song goes. But started looking up, what I needed to do, all like that. And I got to learning, all the ins and outs of the entire thing. Or not all the ins and outs, I shouldn't say that. I would say I got to learn the beginner stuff. I got to learn how to get things started. Once I got this camera, the one of the first rolls of film I got was Kodak Color Plus 200. So this is Kodak Color Plus 200, and this is a roll that I've already shot. I just need to get developed. I don't have any Color Plus with me right now, but very affordable film. No more than $4 a roll, maybe 5 depending, Prices have gone up more or less on film, sadly, but hopefully they'll go down and us film photographers can really buy consistently or in bulk. So I shot my first roll of film, and I was shooting in different parts of Brooklyn, different parts of Manhattan and all like that. And when I was done with the roll, if you're a beginner film photographer or intermediate or advanced, you may or may not have at some point made this mistake. The roll was done. I learned how to pull that part up, do all that I needed to do. I knew that I had to rewind this before I opened the back. I had to rewind the lever, but I forgot to press that one little bitty button at the bottom. As I started turning without pressing that button, lost my whole first roll of film. Lost the entire first roll. So yeah, that was fun. I wasn't upset. I wasn't really that mad. I was bummed for about a good 5 minutes, maybe 10. That's a learning experience. Now I'll let it go. Now I know, so I will make sure not to make that same mistake again, After learning that mistake, I started shooting for about a month. And once I started looking up different types of film photography within that first month, from maybe not even the first month, about the first 2-3 weeks, I had come to this conclusion that I want to be a street film photographer. Something about taking shots in the moment and really solidifying that moment in time that wasn't set up. There were no extra lights, it wasn't in a studio. People weren't posing. It's just capturing everyday life. That's what I really liked. Something about that I'm just drawn to. So that's what I started doing. And street film photography is kind of my thing now. And I love it. I really, really do. I can't explain. It's just something about being able to go through this process of knowing I've only got a certain number of shots, 36 shots. I've only got 36 times to click this shutter and advance my film before I have to get another roll. And the fact that I have to be thought out with my photos, and not just snap away with a digital camera, it makes me feel that I have to be more in the present moment, and I like that. Especially in this day and age where it's like everything's instant gratification. It's all about the finished product. I know that there are some areas where it's just like people prefer to see the process rather than just the final product. I'm a person that wants to be in that process, at least somewhat. I don't develop or scan my own film because I've only been at this for a little over a year, and I'm not at that point where I can just start shooting and afford to make those mistakes with developing. Plus, I don't have a dark room, so I'm gonna leave that to the people that know what they're doing. They are trained to do that. I'm not. I don't want to make mistakes, concerning that. I just can't explain it. I just love it. The process, everything. Being able to know that what I see in that moment is what I see. There's no screen to look at to check if my lighting's right, to check if my aperture's okay, and just change it up on a whim. I don't want that whole test shots, let me just take a few test shots to see how it is. No, it's about being in the present moment, That's really, really what I like. It's been a good endeavor. I've met a lot of great people through the socials, fellow film photographers, and just all the info I've been learning. It's been really great. So yeah, I just wanted to explain for any of you guys who might want to know later on in my film photography career what made me become a film photographer, and a street film photographer at that. You guys can watch this video. So I hope you guys like this. I'll be posting a few more videos over the course of the next several weeks. Yeah, I want you guys to be on this journey with me. I've gotten a lot of things prepared and purchased a lot of things to make it so you guys can be on this journey with me. So I hope you guys like this video. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. All links to my photos on Instagram, to my Patreon where I have exclusive photos, and I will be creating patron-only digital zines over the course of this year, 2021. Yeah, I'm excited to do those things. So yeah, any and all support is really helpful, and I will see you guys in the next video.